What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bump and Run. I'm Pete Colasano, joined as always by my good friend, Mr. Scott Bracey. What's going on, dude?
Peter, I forgot what you look like, and thank God I did. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah,
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. We've had a few weeks off. A few things have happened in that time. Not a ton, but enough for us to come together and talk about them. There's some football news that we've been waiting on that finally came through. The NBA playoffs, we're in the finals now. It's been a lot of fun. Major League Baseball, Ohtani's back on the hill. But we'll start off with some golf.
Maybe the first time ever we're starting off with golf on this podcast, which seems appropriate.
Deservedly so this time.
The 2025 U.S. Open at Oakmont Country Club. The course was the star, my friend.
I was just saying, before we go any further, the star of the show was the course indeed. I wish the PGA Tour would set their tournaments up regularly, similarly. And I don't mean like they have to be quite that hard. I just mean, for as long as they've been quote unquote tiger proofing the courses because the guys are just hitting the ball so damn long now. They've never really taken the most obvious step, which is to make the rough. Like, make the rough penalizing. For me and you, when we go play golf, if we miss the fairway, we got a problem.
Yeah.
And it should be that way for a pro. Like, it should be a penalty. It should be penalizing to miss the fairway. And it should be a benefit to you to make it in the fairway.
Right.
So it encourages accuracy. And that's what the U.S. Open almost always does. And then Oakmont just takes it to a whole other goddamn level. Like, when you just see how thick that grass was in the rough in certain spots, and when these guys are hitting it and they don't have a fucking clue where the ball's going, that's the part that was just like actually making me laugh. They can't control the club head. It's turning and they're hitting it all over the place. And I'm just like, this is fantastic.
The best.
It's not that a lot of people like to say like, well, it humanizes it. It makes it look like those are shots that I make. That's not how I look at it. I just look at it as like, these guys are like magicians. And it just shows that they're human. And there are conditions that are out there that are possible that can make life very difficult for them. And I just like seeing that.
The best players in the world hitting the ball 9 feet.
Yeah.
In the rough.
Yeah, exactly.
The rough to the rough or bunker to bunker across the field.
Couple of sand traps that couldn't even get it out. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say the fairway should always, the greens should always be that fast or that the rough should always be that high. But as we're watching the Travelers here, and on day one, the leader is at 8 under after one day, it's like, maybe make the rough a little more penalizing. That's all. I think that's a very easy, normal thing to do against the pros to make it difficult. Make it more important to hit the ball in the fairway. Which I don't know. I assume since you first started playing, the goal off the tee is to get it out there, but try your best to keep it in the fairway because that's where you get your best shot.
Yep.
So.
Shane Lowry and Wyndham Clark losing it. Wyndham Clark, I think, banned from the course after tearing up the locker rooms like a fucking immature jerk. Yep.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that. That's crazy.
Shane Lowry just at one point on Saturday or on Friday afternoon, he's like, get me the fuck out of here. He was plus 16. Playing Army golf with himself, like, just get me the fuck out of here.
That was the other thing. I'm looking at the scores, and these are the guys that made the cut, and they're at like 12 over, 13 over, 17 over. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, man.
And I was watching on Sunday, and I'm thinking, half of these guys are going to be in therapy tomorrow just to try to get over it, because you could just see the frustration and not knowing, what the hell to do in some of these situations. And I don't know, it's enjoyable for me to see it difficult. When we watch, we'll talk about the NBA NBA finals in a little bit. We watch Super Bowl, when we watch the World Series. The games are tougher because you're up against tougher competition. Well, golf doesn't work that way, right? I'm not actually playing against you. I'm playing against the course.
Right.
So to me, the way to make it special is to toughen the course. Like, they're up against the best players in the world more or less every week. Some guys take off here and there, but for the most part, you're playing the best players all the time. The difference is the course.
Yep.
The challenge should be the course. And I personally believe, I'm not trying to say that a Travelers Championship winning score should be 500 for the weekend. I'm not trying to say that at all. It doesn't need to be 25 under either. Like, it could be a little more challenging. You know what I mean? So we'll leave it at that part.
Congrats to JJ Spawn.
Yeah.
I think had to lead shot the only bogey-free round on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Then hanging around Friday, Saturday. Bogeys what? The first 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6?
5 out of the first
Sunday?
6 holes, yeah.
Jeez,
now
Louise.
Some of that was bad luck. Like a couple of them specifically were bad luck. He hit a rake that ended up putting his ball deeper in the rough.
Yeah, and then down the green, the one thing, and
he hit the pin on a one bouncer.
Oh,
he hit the goddamn pin, and the ball ends up 55 yards away from the hole, which is just insane. So he had a little bit of bad luck, but he acknowledged himself the best thing that happened to him was the rain delay.
Which is odd, which never works out that way.
I 100% agree with you, which it is funny because if you look at what happened to the rest of the guys, they all fell apart like cheap suits. You know, like score, they came back from that rain delay and the scores just went plummeting. They all
Adam Scott shit his pants.
Oh my
Victor
God,
Hovland.
Yeah. I felt kind of bad. I kind of felt bad for Sam Burns on the one play. It was after the delay, and he's on the right edge of the fairway, and you see him taking his practice swing.
Oh yeah, in the mush. Yeah.
In the mush, and that was one of those. You know, Mike Dean from Dean Dome Sports texted me, and I said, you know what? He's like, oh, he just got screwed, and I'm like, they made the right call by the letter of the law. You know, it has to be standing water, like visible standing water. And if you push your foot down, you know, these courses are so spongy.
Yeah.
You push your foot down, if water rises up, then that would be considered, but it wasn't happening. So it was the right call, and 2 people made it. He kind of had another person come in and take a second look, and that person made the same call. It's the right call, but it's not the right call.
No.
Like, come on. We see what's going on. You know, I don't know what the remedy was. I don't know if it was possible to move the ball far enough for him to not be in that situation.
Right. Now, do you go backwards or do you go laterally?
That's the question I have. Because if you go laterally, he's certainly not going to move into the rough because he was right up against it.
And now you go middle fairway.
And how far middle fairway are you going to get?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. So let's put it this way: if they would have ruled in his favor, I don't know how far. I don't know how that would have worked. I mean, I guess you just move until you're not, you're not there. As long as it's not closer to the pin, I think that's how the rule works.
I mean, it's so tough. He's battling for a major, and he's had the league on, and it's just like
that's what bothered him. That's why I said it's the right call by law, but it's the wrong call because
by common sense.
This is not just any tournament. Like, come on, dude. You can see when he takes his practice swing. He's shoveling up fucking so much water. Don't do that. Don't make the outcome a result of that kind of thing. Because it could. And now I gotta give him some shit. Like, he let it bother him. Like, he clearly let it bother him.
Yeah,
he wasn't he didn't get the ruling he wanted, and I'm not gonna go as far as saying he was pouting, but he didn't take it very well. Made a bad shot, and then made another bad shot. So he compounded it himself. I just don't like the players.
Did he put the ball on the side of the bunker in the high grass and
then he chipped out, but it didn't go out, and then so he had to hit again. And but I gotta believe that part of it was he was already like in his own head, and that's on him. Sure. That's his fault, not anybody else's fault. I just don't like to see something come down to it like that. But it was fun to watch. That last round, especially the back nine, was fun to watch. Because here's the thing, we've said this about the Masters a few times. When you get to that back nine, and we always say the assholes pucker up, it is really, truly never over because mistakes, and especially at the U.S. Open, the way the course was killing these guys, it truly was anything could happen at any time. Like, triple bogeys were not out of the question. So it really was a holy shit, how's this going to end? And I know there's a lot of people. I don't know if there's a lot of fans, but I know some people we complain about on TV all the time. We're like, well, there wasn't any big name stars, particularly at the top of the list, at the end there. And it's like, I don't know, that didn't bother me that much. Would I have preferred to see Scottie Scheffler make a run? He probably missed a half a dozen putts that would have put him somewhere in contention, so that's on him. Would it be nice? Sure. Would it be nice if Rory was up there, some of these other guys? Sure. I gotta be honest with you, though. I wasn't sitting there watching that last, 2 hours, hour and a half, thinking, man, this would be great but if there were some guys that I really knew more about. Like I wasn't thinking that at all. I was just soaking this in and watching pressure be handled or handle the golfer. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like in any situation too, like you find someone to root for, a team to root for, someone to root for, a situation to root for.
Yeah.
I was rooting for Hovland. I'm a big Victor Hovland guy. I like him. But when Spawn kept making shots, you kind of like, look at the balls on this guy here. Like, you kind of, I wasn't thinking, oh, man, I wish Brooks was here. Or like you said, Scotty, Rory, and Rahm. I was good. I love it.
Yeah, you make a good point. Like, I don't know too many people who would consider themselves J.J. Spawn fans. I mean, I don't root against the guy. I just don't think about him very much.
Right,
I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. But it was really hard not to, like, cheer him on coming down the stretch. And then the other thing for me, now I know not everybody's like this, but for me, I love it when new guys make big moves, like win big championships, because I think there's a part of me that thinks anything's possible for anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw any of his post-match press conference.
It was great.
He talked about how he wasn't supposed to be here. He's like, I wasn't raised a golf kid. I didn't go to the country club. What's that?
The skateboarder.
Yeah. Like, but he didn't go to all the golf camps, and he didn't go away to camp to learn. He says, I played in high school. I played in high school. I went to college, and and so I think when you get that kind of player, I don't know, it sounds so corny and maybe cliche, and I don't care. It makes you feel like anybody can do anything if they just. And then when you hear on top of it, also, this makes my point even more. When he talks about a year ago, he was like, I think I'm done. Like, I think I'm going to lose my tour card. Like, he thought he was going to be out of the fucking sport, and he made a commitment. He locked in, made a commitment, and this is the result. And I think that's what I mean by, like, people are capable of so much more than they think they are. And then it is so cool when they set their mind to it and accomplish it.
Yep.
Like, I think there's a bigger story when a guy like J.J. Spawn wins it. When Dustin Johnson wins the Masters, you're like, so he's like solidifying himself as one of the best.
Yeah.
Rory completes the Grand Slam, and you're like, see, he took his place. This is what's supposed to be. Like, it's one of the guys. It's one of the all-time guys. When J.J. Spawn wins the U.S. Open out of fucking nowhere, it makes the guy sitting at home ask, like, what am I capable of? I really do think there's a little part of you that's in there, especially if you're a competitor and you like watching competitive sports. There's got to be a part of you that goes, if he can do that, man, what am I capable of? And I just think that's the true beauty of sports. It's the stars are fun to watch, but it's the upsets, it's the unexpected that we truly love so much, and that's what inspires people. That's the stuff that really inspires people.
Trying to find a CVS at 3 a.m. for his baby sick, and
I didn't even realize that until afterwards.
Just regular shit, man. It's really cool. One thing, I'll leave you with this, and then we can move on. What's going on with Rory?
I don't know, dude. Like, you would think we'd be talking to a very happy,
light as a feather, right?
Light,
like no
and he seems almost angrier than he's ever been.
He seems, something's
up. Do you know why? Do you know what?
I don't know why, but everyone around tour said there's something going on.
It seems like bitter.
If it's marriage things again, or how he's
very well could be,
or the live things popping up again, how they're gonna let these guys back in, and he didn't take the money, and now he looks like an asshole. That could be part of it too. Like,
who knows?
But something's up. He looks like a salty fucking. He's throwing clubs around the course, not doing
very
post-game, it's very weird, man. And I like the guy personally, but
and it can't be a golf thing because he's been playing. He's accomplished the Grand Slam. Like, he's playing.
And he's -6 today.
Yeah, so it's not a golf issue. It's obviously something else, but it's an odd thing. I wanted to point out like a couple guys that I noticed. Scotty Scheffler was very interesting to me just watching him play, because when we see the greats like doing things uncharacteristic, it's kind of like, oh shit. Like I pointed out in that last round, he probably before the 15th hole, he probably had a half a dozen putts that were less than 10 feet for birdie, and he pretty much missed them all.
Yeah.
Like, and the crazy thing, they were lip outs, man. They weren't like he barely missed them. Some of them, at least half of them, literally lipped off the cup. Others were right there, looking into the hole and just didn't go. And it is so fascinating. It makes you think of it makes you truly understand how good he is, because that doesn't ever happen. We see this happen to all guys all the time. It shows you like just how fine this game is. And when people ask me like, what's the hardest sport you ever played? Like, I played college football, I was a baseball player, basketball, golf. It's not even close. Golf is the hardest because it's just so fine at such a distance. Like, it's just so hard to be that fine with that little fucking ball. Like, everybody, you just hit a little ball. Yeah, I guess anybody can hit the damn thing, but can you make it go where you want it to go? That's the trick, my friend. Like, I say all the time to people, golf is the kind of sport that if you never played, it's tough to watch.
Yeah.
But once you've played on a real course, you watch these guys and you're like, they're fucking magicians, dude.
Yeah.
They are absolute magicians. I don't know how they do more than half of what they do. Half doesn't even close.
I was watching one of my buddies, and I think at one point he was in the clubhouse. And he was maybe like 2 shots back. And I'm like, if this fucking guy made a couple of putts, he'd be in the lead.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Crazy.
I have one prediction for you. It's not like specific, but it is kind of specific. I think within the next year, so give me a calendar year from this event.
Next June, next U.S. Open,
By the next U.S. Open, I think there's a really good chance that Jordan Spieth is going to win a major title again.
That's bold.
I'm watching him play, and I think he's pretty close. And the funny thing is, it's his putting that isn't there right now, which, when he was on his hot streak, he was maybe the best in the world at the time. So I think he's really close. He played pretty well for a while. I think he ended up at like 6 over, 7 over, something like that. Like, he played pretty damn well. I think he's close. I think within a year,
wow,
you'll see him win a major championship. You can mark it down on your calendar.
See, the British Open, or the Open, as the snobs say, it's so unpredictable. I can't even make a prediction on that out there. It's the weather. You never know what you're going to get from day in and day out.
But he won't be surprised, is all I like. That when you look at it, he's won it before, so he should be okay. And I'm not saying it'll be the British. I'm just saying I've watched him this season. I'll just say this season. How exactly? It's probably, I guess, 6 months, right? And I see him improving. He's last year, the years before, like, his off the tee, all fucking over the place. The ball could go anywhere, left or right. Like, it just was a disaster. Even his iron play was bad. Just when you're always scuffling, it's hard to score. And it looks like he's getting back to getting that ball in the fairway where you can make with his ball striking ability. That's where he needs to focus on. Get the ball in the fairway.
Another guy that's all over the place too, and he won a fucking tournament this year, is Justin Thomas. What is going on there?
And he's wild from round to round, not from tournament to tournament. Sometimes from round to round, he's wildly different people. So
I mean, I think he's had 3 or 4 different caddies this year. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but he's all over the fucking place.
Probably not good. You need that stability. So, but there's a couple guys that are coming around. But I think Jordan Spieth, there was something about the way he played on Sunday. He looked a little more calm. He didn't look as erratic. It wasn't so chaotic. It seemed like they had a plan. A couple shots just didn't go his way. I think he's closer than I definitely think he's closer than he's been in a while. I'll say he'll get a major.
I like the prediction there. I don't know if I agree, but I don't hate where you're going with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything else?
Not about the golf, no.
NFL, probably the most calmest time the NFL is all season.
Yes.
Is right now until mid-July. Aaron Rodgers has a new home. Pete, tell us where he went.
He went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, something that we figured was going to happen. Then we didn't know if it was going to happen. Then we knew it was going to happen. Then we didn't know it was going to happen. Then we didn't think it was going to happen. But then, of course, it does happen. And, let me start you out. I'll throw this at you. What are your thoughts on him being on the Steelers? Like, first reaction, and then has that changed at all since?
I think it's a no-brainer from either side. I don't think Pittsburgh was comfortable going in with a rookie quarterback, and we've seen the Rudolph experiment there before, which isn't good. I almost called him Zach Rudolph. Was that the fucking basketball player? Randolph. Zach Randolph was it? Mason. Yeah, we've seen that there before. You know what Pittsburgh wants to do? They want to play balanced football, run the ball, play good defense. Last year was a fucking shit show from Fields to Russ. At the end of the year, they couldn't move the ball at all.
5 straight losses to end the season. Yeah.
They trade. What the hell's this? You see your message here? What is it? They trade George Pickens, get that cancer out of the locker room, bring in DK Metcalf. You had to do it. You knew this was going to be either him or Kirk Cousins because they're not going to bring in DK Metcalf for a rookie to throw him the ball. You know,
right.
I like it personally. You know better than anybody else. The Jets last 10 games, he looked really, really like I wouldn't say like MVP Rodgers, but he looked like he could fucking move a team.
Right.
And I think with Tomlin at Pittsburgh, I think it's 1-year deal. I don't know if he plays again after this, and we'll see what it looks like at the end of the year. But to half of the year last year, coming off the Achilles, trying to get his feet back under him.
Right.
I listen. It's going to be fun. If they win, it's going to be fun. If not, then it might be to the fucking sunset we goes. But
right. I think you hit the nail on the head on a couple of those points. Number one, I think most people are looking at it the wrong way. Like I hear like Chris Canty on Sportsman like in the morning on ESPN talking about he hasn't been a good quarterback in like 4 years. You're looking at it the wrong way. Like, can he get back to what he was 4 or 5 years ago? That's the question any fan should ask is Aaron Rodgers at this stage in his career a better quarterback than Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? Can you win more games? Is he more effective than Justin Fields or Russell Wilson? Now, clearly they weren't. I don't care what anybody says. They clearly weren't interested in Justin Fields because they could have had him and they could have put him in at the end of the season. We talked about this ad nauseam.
Yeah.
So they were moving on from both of those guys anyway. So for me, it seems very obvious. It's very clear. Even at this stage in his career, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than both of those guys. More effective, better passer of the ball. Here's the other thing. The reason they kept Russell Wilson in there is because Russell Wilson doesn't really turn the ball over. He also just wasn't making many plays, but he doesn't turn the ball over, and that's what Tomlin wants. He doesn't want turnovers. Defensive coaches want that all the time. Aaron Rodgers is the same thing. He does not throw a lot of interceptions, single-digit interceptions with over 20 touchdowns. I suspect he'll be somewhere around 25 and 8 again this year. Yeah. And if he gives them 25 and 8, that's better than anything that they were going to get from those other two guys. So are they a Super Bowl contender with Aaron Rodgers? I don't think so. Do we know exactly how good that defense is going to be? No. If it's elite, are they contenders? I won't say definitely no, but I don't think so. The problem is I don't think they were before Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I don't think they were with Russell Wilson. I don't think they were with Justin Fields. So, what's the difference? You weren't contenders with those guys. Are you more of a contender with Aaron Rodgers? Probably not much. This isn't your long-term answer to your point, right?
Right.
So the last thing I'll say is this, and you kind of alluded to it, but I'll take it even further. He was looking a lot better at the last 5-6 games last year. He was pretty mobile. He looked like he wasn't skeptical on that Achilles anymore. Now he's another year removed from that. I'm sure he's completely fine. There's no longer even a psychological issue to it. I suspect he'll be even better than he was last year. And on top of that, you're in a significantly more stable organization than the New York Jets. So I think it'll be better. What does that mean, better? I don't know. It's a very tough division. Cincinnati is loaded offensively. I don't know what they're going to look like on defense. They might play with 9 guys on defense. I have no idea.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Baltimore is good. Cleveland is good except for the quarterback position. I don't know what's going to happen there. But I just look and I say, did you upgrade a quarterback? They did. They upgraded that quarterback. And for a pretty cheap price. So we shall see.
Let's stick in that division while we have it. What are the Bengals doing? Do they think this is the old Big 12? Or they're gonna go 52, 49 in games?
No, dude. This is the exact same thing we talk about all the time. You got 50, 55, 85, like $115 million out of a $250 million salary cap locked up in 3 guys.
And 3 offensive guys.
All 3 offensive, like 2 wide receivers, which you got $60 million tied up in 2 wide receivers. That's just not sustainable, dude. And meanwhile, the leading sack getter in the last 2 seasons, 17.5 sacks each of the last 2 seasons. You can't find a way to sign this fucking guy?
It just doesn't make sense because they're cheap.
But not.
But then Carson Palmer retired, but walked away because they had how they treat. But then Joe Burrow comes and goes, I want my guys to get paid. Then they pay them.
Yeah.
Trey Hendrickson, and now
they should have traded T. Higgins. That's what should have happened.
And then the goddamn rookie thing bullshit in the contract. There's another problem.
Oh my God, that's bizarre.
The Shamir Stewart thing.
First of all, why did they even draft him? Because here's a guy who had 0 production. It's all based on potential,
right?
Not on any kind of serious numbers. It's just like what you think he could be. And this guy thinks before he even plays a fucking down in the NFL, like he's Mark Gastineau and deserves top shot. Well, it's like, dude, who are you?
But listen, I don't even blame him. I blame him a little bit. But dude, who the fuck are you to put clauses in these rookies' contracts? What are you trying to change the league? Why don't you pay your guys first?
Yeah, there's so many problems there. It's not the only thing that makes the Cincinnati Bengals not dysfunctional right now is their head coach and a quarterback.
Right.
As an organization in general, it's a dysfunctional
shit show.
organization.
It's a shit show
because it's run from the top. It's run from ownership, and it's probably not a good idea to have the people that write the checks be the ones who make all the HR decisions when it comes to the football side.
Shit.
You know, so
my whole house just shook. I got thunder lightning going
on. Got those storms rolling in.
Mr. Alexander, Jair Alexander to the Baltimore Ravens. How does this keep happening?
I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of this. I don't know if this is such a good move.
Oh, he's going to be healthy. Play 17 games. Oh, Pete, you can see it now.
It does usually work that way for Baltimore.
You can see it now, you fucking guys.
It does seem to work out in their favor with these types of things, and they'll probably get a year out of them and then maybe move on. But it's something else. But see, isn't that just what we're talking about? The exact opposite of Cincinnati, like shrewd business moves, like smart moves. No, long-term money only for very, very specific players. I don't know. It's just they do things the right way. Total opposite of the way Cincinnati Bengals, and they're in the same division.
Your buddy C.J. Mosley retired this morning. I
saw that.
11 or 12 years. He's called.
Was he on a team?
I don't know if he was still under the Jets contract.
No, the Jets had cut him.
He was gone. Yeah,
he didn't sign with anybody?
I don't believe so. No.
Look, you can't get me to say a bad thing about C.J. Mosley. He had a great career with Baltimore. He had a good run with the Jets. Like, he proved himself to be a special player. It wasn't just part of being on that Ravens defense, that Ravens team. It was him. Like, he was a great linebacker, an undersized linebacker too. He's a little on the slight side. He's a little thin.
Yeah.
But he was a beast, and he did it all. He was a 3-down, linebacker, great player. So I'm happy for him. If he's walking away because he feels like it, I say God bless him. If there's years to be played and he's just like, I've had enough. Sounds good to me. Good for you. Glad it's going your way. You're safe and out and rich. Good for him. The guy had a good career. Got nothing but good things to say about him.
You have anything else?
The best. I have a little game I wanted to play for you. The last time we got together, I don't even remember how we got to it, but somehow maybe we were talking about the NFC North, and somehow as we started comparing like Jordan Love and anybody else. And I said, we're going to have to do a little game one of these days with the Jordan Love game. So here we are with the Jordan Love game. I'm going to give you Jordan Love and you have to decide which guy you would take. Okay? I have about 8 of them.
Gotcha.
And if you have any others that you want to throw back at me, you're more than welcome. So first one on the board here, I want you to think about this for a second. Jordan Love or Justin Herbert?
Let me write this down. Dude, that's a good one right out of the gate. You know why?
It's a good one? Go ahead. Tell me why.
Because Jordan Love's won playoff games before. And Justin Herbert now has Mr. Football, Mr. Quarterback Guru himself, 0 for 1 with that.
You know what you're going to see on this list a lot of?
Wow.
It's results versus what you see.
Sure. I like it.
There's the eye test, and then there's what has shaken out over the last couple of years.
It's
amazing that this is a tougher one than you would think most people.
What do all we hear with Herbert? Oh, my God, the size.
Big arm, athletic, smart.
But
the results.
He wilts in big spots.
He has to this point, correct. And Jordan Love came up big against Dallas.
I think I take Love.
That's fascinating. I think you're onto something. I think I would still take Justin Herbert, and that's what I mean by the eye test. When I watch him, I look and I go, I want that guy more than I want that guy.
Hear me out.
The results are the results.
One more thing on that. What does Jim want to do?
What is what?
Harbaugh want to do?
What's run a ball?
Run a ball. What's Green Bay doing? Two wide receivers in the first 3 rounds, 2 tight ends. Coach that's innovative. That's a McVay Shanahan guy.
Yep. Yeah. It's a tough one though. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
I would probably go with Justin Herbert, but it's amazing to me that this is as close as it is. Because I think most people just with the eye test, they go Justin Herbert. You know what it is, dude? We can't believe that. Does he really wilts in the big spot? He's so good. He really wilts.
4 picks in the fucking playoff game last year.
I know, man. I know. All right, Jordan Love or Brock Purdy. Now, this is the opposite eye test. The eyes go to Love, but the results go to Purdy.
I think this has similar to what I was saying, but in a different way. George Kittle, I know they just gave George a 4-year contract. He'll probably play 2 years of that and probably retire.
You think so?
Ayuk's a mess. They trade Deebo Samuel away. They got a couple young guys there. Juwan Jennings, I think, and they have Pearsall got shot. McCaffrey's not getting any younger, and he's not getting any healthier. That's also a problem. I don't know how many he has. I go Jordan Love here. I don't think it's close for me.
I probably do too.
Yeah.
I probably do too. This is one of those things where I don't like to take Brock Purdy and put him on some other team and say, would he do well on this
team?
I
don't want to kill Brock Purdy either. He's done great with what he's been doing.
No, not at all. But what I will do, I'll do the opposite. I'll say, if you put Jordan Love on the 49ers.
They might have a Super Bowl.
They might have a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I can't say that. You can't say he'd go any further because Brock Purdy's been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But might have won it. Jordan Love or Caleb Williams.
Well, for me right now, it's results. I know Caleb's only in his 2nd year, but I've seen Love do it, and I've seen him do it for multiple years. And now we're going to see the guru, Mr. Johnson, Ben Johnson with Caleb Williams. We'll see. Maybe next year's a different story. Right now, it's Love for me.
Yeah, it's Love all the way for me, too. And this is eye test and results. I've told you a million times, there's things I see with Caleb that scare me. They're so loaded offensively this year and with the head coach that things have to get better. They have to improve, or else it is anything that doesn't go well this year is 100% on Caleb Williams.
Yep, agreed.
So I'll go with Jordan Love on that. Jordan Love or Geno Smith?
Love.
I think I'm with you on that one too. This one I think might be a little difficult for you.
Oh, next.
Jordan Love or CJ Stroud?
Yeah, that is difficult for me. You're right about
now
that.
It's like the eye test. They're both the results, both kind of similar.
Wow, that's a good one. That might be. I don't know what's on your list coming up, but that's pretty goddamn good.
I have a couple good ones left,
dude. Having LaFleur as your coach.
I got 1 point that I'll make that. It's so close to me. This is like paper thin between the 2 of them.
Please.
One factor that will lead me towards CJ Stroud. He has not missed a single game as a starter in 2 years.
That's a good one.
Jordan Love has missed games in both years.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I would lean slightly to see.
I would like Houston to get a little bit help for Nico Collins and outside there a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Green Bay is doing.
Yeah.
But that's a really good point.
And he's gotten his ass beat a few times.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like it's been easy going.
And they also traded fucking Larry Tunsil this year.
Yep. I think that was smart. I think we're going to find out that was smart.
I think you're right. All right.
I know everybody thinks Washington's loading up. I think that was smart. I think Houston knows exactly what they did.
Yeah.
You going with Stroud?
I'm going to go with Stroud by a ball hair.
Close. It is really close. All right, you kind of mentioned this on Jordan Love or Trevor Lawrence. It shouldn't be hard, right?
I think it's Love, no doubt. I think it's Love, no doubt. Yeah.
I think it is Love. But see how you hesitate? And Trevor Lawrence hasn't
because it's the Justin Herbert effect again. It's the same shit.
It's the exact same fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's like I see what I see. I see the athleticism. I got breaking news.
Jordan Spieth just fucking withdrew. He's on a golf cart.
Oh, that's great. There goes my prediction right
You fucking Johnny Motion.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Did I just do that?
Dude, what's he got?
Dude,
oh my god, dude.
I'm like a demigod. I am like a demigod. I think I just made that happen.
That is bananas.
I see him walking.
I feel like I want to just lock my doors and cuddle up. I want to get away from you right now. What is that?
What did I do?
What is that?
I think I'm gonna stay home tonight.
Anyway,
so you're gonna go.
I had to cut you off on that.
Oh my God. Jordan. So you're going with Jordan Love over Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
I think these last two are relatively difficult. We'll see. I'm with you on the Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, but it is amazing to me how he hesitates. Jordan Love or Dak Prescott?
Oh my God, dude. Love.
Definitely, huh?
Dak Prescott, I like the kid. He's a great fantasy football player, but what the fuck? He misses every other year, and he doesn't miss a game or week like Love does. He misses fucking 8 weeks, 10 weeks.
Half a season.
Yeah.
All right, last one. I think you'll like this one. Jordan Love or Baker Mayfield?
You bastard.
I know. We like Baker. We're rooting for Baker. And he's been wildly productive the last couple of years.
It's funny.
And he's always on the field. He never gets hurt.
And his teammates would take a fucking bullet for this guy.
Yes.
That being a teammate and being especially a quarterback football player, that's the biggest thing I love. No pun intended.
And I have one more question after you answer this. Not about
I got to tell you, I think Baker.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
I think I do too. You know, Jordan Love is more athletic. Jordan Love is bigger. Jordan Love has a stronger arm. But Baker's a winner.
I'm not saying
Baker's always available.
I'm not saying Love is immature by any means, but Baker's now an adult in the room.
Correct. All right, so then this leads me to my last question. This is not a comparison, it's just a question. Is Jordan Love, because you picked him way more often than you didn't, is Jordan Love a top 10 quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, I think he is.
I think he is. Like right around 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, somewhere.
So I got a name or two for you. I could throw them back at you a little bit.
Okay.
Bo Nix, definitely Love.
I didn't ask you that one because I thought you'd have a hard time choosing Jordan Love over Bo Nix. I would probably take Jordan Love. I like Bo Nix because I like cerebral and accurate quarterbacks. And while Bo Nix doesn't have a huge arm, I don't really care in his case because he just makes such good decisions and great anticipation. I would take Jordan Love because of all the physical attributes that he has over him, but it's closer than most. For me, it's closer than it might be for a lot of other people. How about that? I like Bo Nix a lot. I think you can win a Super Bowl with Bo Nix. I
hope you're right. I hope you don't have the.
I'm not saying he will. I just think he can.
I hope you don't have the Jordan Spieth effect on that. But
we should stop this
now. A healthy Tua.
Jordan Love. Every day.
Yeah. Jared Goff.
Yeah, I thought about this one a little too. I almost think it's like disrespectful to Jared Goff, but
I would take Goff. That's why I probably didn't put him in here because I think you'd take.
Yeah, I think we both would take Goff pretty quickly. Again, when's the last time he missed a game?
I know.
And the thing I love about him over the last couple of years, now maybe this is the Dan Campbell effect, or maybe it's a Ben Johnson effect, or maybe it's just he's a grown man now and he's not a little kid anymore. He doesn't give a shit anymore if he throws 2, 3, 4, 5 interceptions. Like he can actually, we've seen him have like a 3 or 4 interception game and still come back, make plays late in the game to win games.
Yeah.
Like that resiliency, you don't see that a lot, man. I'm not trying to like bust any quarterback's balls. Like it's hard to throw 3 interceptions, basically 4 interceptions, basically cost your team the game, and then go be a gunslinger in the last 2.5 minutes of the game. That's a hard thing to do. And Jared Goff has gotten to a point in his career where he can do that, and that's very impressive.
Yep.
I'll take that over most guys.
Yeah, I think the other ones are obvious, right? Burrow, Lamar, Josh, Stafford.
Yeah, there's a handful that were
and then you take him over Kyler. And
I thought about Stafford too, and if you factor in age, you might decide to go with Jordan Love.
Yeah, that's fair. Age is probably the only thing though for me.
That would be the deciding factor. Like if you're just looking at Stafford's career, it's a no-brainer, obviously. But if you were to say like I get Stafford now or Jordan Love now,
yeah,
you might take.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, I wonder what McVay would do. Would McVay take Jordan Love?
Stafford.
I like him too. I like him a lot. I think he's got big balls.
You got McVay would like you got to think he would, right?
I think he probably would take that move, and I think he loves Stafford. I think he loves Stafford. Fucking guy got him a Super Bowl.
Yep.
But
he made him look right by trading Goff for him too. Like the whole thing there is like.
Yep.
Yeah.
He owes Stafford a lot, actually.
Sure.
And I think he'd make the move. I think he would go with Jordan Love.
Peter, let's go to. By the way, good game, but awesome. Thank you. Let's go to ice, shall we?
Ice.
The Stanley Cup. The Florida Panthers are now. The Florida Panthers, you guys heard me right, are now a juggernaut in the NHL.
The melting ice in Florida.
They beat the Oilers 4-2, second straight matchup with the same result. I don't know what it was last year. I think it was maybe Game 7 last year. I'm not sure. The Panthers roster from top to bottom, very deep, very good. They traded for Brad Marchand in the middle of the year, which is fucking incredible. That little rat bastard helped the team tremendously. Brady Tkachuk is like just anything you want in an American hockey player, just playing with something. His abductor torn off the bone or something. He said, like, Jesus Christ. The one guy played with stitches to his hand. Like, dude,
hockey players
it's just awesome. It's just
They're
awesome.
very different.
Florida's become the Canada of hockey now. All of a sudden, with Tampa Bay Lightning a couple years ago, they won 2 out of 3.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Did you watch any of this? I hope you did, because
I watched some of it. Yeah, I watched some of it. I definitely followed it all for sure. I wanted to point out that a frequent listener of our show, my cousin Ralph Gorga, laughed me out of the building. He had texted me and said, "What do you think about the finals? The NHL finals?" And I said, well, first of all, I think he was breaking my chops because he figures I don't know too much about the NHL finals. But with that said, I said, hey, I think it's going to be fascinating. You got the dynasty against the best player in the NHL. And he said, dynasty? And I'm like, well, this is their 3rd straight Stanley Cup. They won it last year. And he's like, well, you can't be a dynasty if you've only won one. I said, well, all right, how about it's the budding dynasty and against the best player in the NHL? And I want to say I can laugh all the way home on this one because now I think it's fair, even though I tend to be the kind of person that says a dynasty is 3 championships in a certain reasonable amount of time. Maybe it's 3 and 6 years, 3 and 5 years, something like that. Dallas Cowboys, the New England Patriots are a very rare one.
Yankees,
the Yankees. You have the Bulls. That kind of thing. I think those are dynasties. 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals appearances, and 2 of them are wins. And there's no reason and an excellent goaltender. And there's no reason to think this team won't be together next year. I don't think they have any monster.
They have 3 monster free agents.
Oh, 3 monsters. So you figure probably not going to sign all 3 of them. But
I think 2 of them will probably come back.
2 to 3. No reason to think they can't continue that, especially when they have the depth that you're talking about. On the other side of it, Connor McDavid is great. Can't do it alone. It's never worked that way. You have to have. This is what I always say when we talk about this. Every time we talk about any kind of finals, I don't care where it is. It could be March Madness. It could be NBA. These are teams. I don't care. You can have great talent. The Lakers had Luka and LeBron on the team at the same time and couldn't get out of the first round. Yes, it's nice to have stars, and God knows it's better to have stars than to not have them if you're looking for a championship. But what we've seen in the NBA Finals, which we'll get to, we see it with Florida, and I'm not trying to say Florida doesn't have great players. They do. But teams, Kansas City, teams, Philadelphia Eagles, teams win championships. Not individual players. Individual players make big plays, but they can't make those plays if they don't have supporting cast around them. And Florida is a very good team that'll continue to be good next year.
Do you think McDavid stays or goes? Next year's the last year of his contract. He has one more year left.
It's a good question. Is he a Canadian kid? Is he Canadian born?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's how do I say this properly? I think there is becoming some frustration in Canada and with Canadian-born players in the fact that they have a Canadian team hasn't won a Stanley Cup championship, and correct me if I'm wrong, almost 20 years. I think it's 19 years.
I think it's 30 years. I think it's 90,
is it that long?
93, 92.
It's a long time. It's 30 years.
Yeah.
It's a long time. And so it's, as silly as it sounds, I do think there is national pride. We see it with the Olympics. We see it with international play with the baseball. I think there could be something to the idea of hey, just keep me in the ballpark with the money, and I'm staying, and we want to bring a cup back to Canada.
Well, like you said, it might be the wise thing to do. Take a little bit less and bring more guys in because you need help. You need a fucking goaltender. Your goalie's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We see it all the time.
But listen, I will also say this. But if he wants to come to the Rangers, I'll pick him up at the airport.
You'll be fine with it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Two things I wanted to say about this NHL season. Number one, that tournament that they had, I think it helped a lot.
I do too.
I really do think it brought a lot of eyes. The fact that there was a fight and it didn't hurt. The fact that it was USA versus Canada in the finals didn't hurt.
Yep.
But it was fun. It was interesting, and I think a lot of people talked about it. Connected with that, and you just never know when something like this is going to happen. I'm sure if you went back to the 80s, nobody had ever heard of Dick Vitale. And then one day you're watching college basketball on ESPN, and you're hearing this guy, hey, baby, and you're like, who is this fucking guy? Am I saying his name wrong? PK Subban?
Yep.
He is the perfect guy for ESPN.
Yeah.
When it comes to the NHL.
He's got McAfee vibes in him, right?
There's just something about him, dude. And what I like about him, he's different, and he doesn't talk like other former players. You listen to Messier, and Messier's very on point, and he's talking about the game, and he doesn't venture out into other sports. PK Subban is we're different. You're not like us. NFL, you're not like us. NBA, forget it. He goes off on athletes in other sports and elevates the toughness and the skill of NHL players, but in a very fun and entertaining way. There's something about that dude. I'm telling you, it's like seeing Stephen A. Smith before anybody knew who Stephen A. Smith was. It's kind of I'm saying Dick Vitale because obviously there was, Dick Vitale was a coach. He was a mildly successful coach. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. And then suddenly he's the most interesting person in all of college basketball. He's not even a player. There's something about PK Subban, though, when you listen to him, the passion that he has for hockey and the willingness that he has to speak about what these players do and compare it to other sports. I'll just say the Bulls. And frankly, I never heard of him before that international tournament that they had. And he did such a great job with that. And then I paid attention to him, everything else he said the rest of the year.
Yeah.
They might have stumbled onto something without even realizing what the hell was happening. I don't even know how long he's been with ESPN.
They got a couple of guys. They got Paul Bissonnette, who's been a mediocre player. He's on TNT pre and post. He was a mediocre whatever. He's my 39, 30. He's fun. He's got a podcast. You got Lundqvist and Gretzky doing it, dude. That's fucking gold right there. That's the only thing standing more than that.
Yeah.
Hockey, dude. Hockey and basketball are past each other in the night, dude.
Yeah. It's funny because, and it was perfect timing for Subban because he was talking about how tough these players are, and he was calling out NBA players for how soft they are and for load management and all this shit. And it was perfect timing because the people in NBA fans were complaining about load management and going to games and you don't see the stars. never see that in the NHL. These guys play every game. These guys will play with a goddamn broken leg. Like, selling hockey, it sounds so easy and so obvious. Like, just talk it up. Yeah, but you're trying to sell it to people who don't know it. Like, it's not as easy as you think. If it was that easy, then they would have already had people doing it, right? Like, he's those two things were a big turning point to me this year for NHL in a good way, in a very good way.
Speaking of basketball, finally, Game 6. I feel like this thing started in April. This goddamn final.
This is a
we
can talk about it.
And that's also part of it. Why this is a goddamn joke.
Yes.
Thunder up 3-2. Game 6 tonight. Halliburton questionable with a calf strain, which scares the shit out of me because you know what calf strain lead to. You have seen this twice.
Yep, with big time players.
I don't know if the magic has run out for the Pacers. I think the Thunder might have figured something out. Home court's a different beast, and Indiana's it's awesome, it's fun. Thunder can come at you in so many different ways. Gilgeous-Alexander's fantastic. Chet and Halliburton on down low were fantastic, and then you got this guy Williams and Lou Dort can shoot. Listen, they didn't win 50-something games for no reason. I understand. Exactly. I'm not the like Captain Obvious here, but I think it ends tonight. I think Thunder pull away, and I think probably that building's probably pretty empty in the fourth quarter.
The only thing I'll say to go against what you're saying is every time Indiana gets counted out, they end up doing something.
That's fair.
And that's how it's been the whole time. The difference here being Halliburton's health. Like, if he's not, he's definitely not 100%. But if he's not able to make some kind of impact in this game, it's just not going to happen. He's too much. It's funny because they're also a pretty deep team, but they are way more reliant on one guy as their catalyst as opposed to Oklahoma City does it. Yep. They can do it in a variety of different ways. Where it's like what Indiana, it really does start and finish with Halliburton. It doesn't have to be scoring. Sometimes it's rebounds. Sometimes it's defense. But there's something about him. He's the guy. Whereas, yes, SGA is the man on that team, but he doesn't always have the ball in his hand. They don't always need him to make it happen. So that's my thing. But I'm not prepared to count out Indiana. And if somehow they find a way to win tonight, they probably won't play their next game until July. So maybe Halliburton will be okay by then. So I'll just say at that point,
4th of July, folks, NBA Game 7.
If you remember that they're playing. So let's get into this a little bit. I just want to say, like, it's a disgrace and it's a disservice to the NBA.
Yeah.
The one night, I think it was Game 2. So Game 1 was like on a Thursday. Game 2, I was assuming was going to be on Saturday.
Nope.
And I'm like, wow, this is going to be a great Saturday night of sports. Like there was a wrestling event, there was a UFC
Red
event,
Sox, something, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, and an NBA game. This is great. And I'm looking all through to see like what channel is the game going to be on?
Nah. Not
till Sunday. You play it on Thursday. Game 1. You just had 4 days off
in the same city.
You just had 4 days off. You play one game and you need 3 days off? One game in 7 days? Come on, bro. And then this past week, I'm thinking the game's going to be on Sunday because, like, they're always primetime in the games on Sunday.
Bro, you go from U.S. Open right to the fucking finals?
Right to the NBA Finals.
Yeah. Boom.
Like, what are you thinking? No,
Monday.
Where nobody can stay away
fucking amazing.
because they're going to work. What the hell?
And then the hockey point, Edmonton to fucking Florida is like a 7.5-hour goddamn flight, and they're playing every other day.
Every other day.
Fucking idiots.
There's no reason it can't. Dude, we're not in Iraq, scuffling IEDs. You don't need 3 days off. It's a basketball game, folks. What are we doing?
It's amazing, dude.
3 days.
Adam Silver, who I liked in the beginning, has totally lost me.
Here's the problem. It becomes out of sight, out of mind.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I'm not thinking about the game. It's like, I don't know, whatever. I'll just see the highlights. Oh, the ratings are down. It's you! Now listen, here's what I'll be willing to give 2 days, not 3, but 2 days if it's a travel day. You know,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's still ridiculous.
But if Indiana to Oklahoma City is like
they can take a bus. It's crazy. And I just think it's a bad move. It's bad business because you're just turning people off.
Listen, you shouldn't have this.
Or they're not turning it on.
You shouldn't have the schedule pre-made. How about this? No concerts in those fucking couple days. If you think you're like, I mean, come on. You could hold on for a week or two with fucking concerts.
Yeah.
I get it. If it's fucking LA and New York, I get it a little bit more. But dude, Oklahoma, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, it's just ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to listen to it's because of concerts. Like,
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. If they need the
I'm not saying
whatever,
if that was their excuse, I'd say shove that shit up your ass. That's bullshit. That's not why. It's not like every time. Anyway, it's just discouraging. I have thoroughly enjoyed the NBA playoffs this year.
Yeah,
I like it.
We always do. We always like the playoffs.
Playoffs are way better. I think there's a chance that we may see a little bit more physical version of the NBA next year. Not quite as physical as these playoffs have been, but I think they see this is a more attractive game than what we've seen over the last 5 to 10 years. So make it happen. But if they do, you get viewers back, man. You get viewers back. And you have this young crop of players that they don't need the load management. If you need load management, then you're not that good.
Yeah. Availability
is part of your ability. And if you're just not available, then you shouldn't be signed to some big monster contract because you're not a championship player.
Right. I agree, brother. To baseball, we haven't talked baseball yet at all this year, although we haven't really been here that much either. The Yankees come out of the gate red hot like they do for the fucking 100th year in a row, and they hit June, and all of a sudden they forget how to play baseball.
Yeah.
They lost 6 straight. They won today 7-3, a little matinee.
Finally scored some runs.
Yeah, that helps when you score to win games. They had I think 31 consecutive scoreless innings. It's insane with the money and the team they have. And even Aaron Judge, listen, he's entitled to go in a slump once in a while. The guy was hitting 400 2 weeks ago. I don't want to hear shit about getting on Aaron Judge. Fuck you. Enough. Right. And that's a problem. If Aaron Judge doesn't hit, nobody hits, that's also a problem. And this is Cashman and Boone every fucking year. I don't want to sit here and say it again. Everyone's sick of hearing me saying it. They're coming back. They went to the World Series last year. They'll be here before when I'm dead. They'll be fucking it with the Yankees. It's like they guaranteed him going to the World Series, guaranteed their jobs, and it makes me sick. Anyway, different years, same issues. We'll figure that out as we go. But the Mets lose 5 in a row. I think they play tonight. They're also playing great baseball. They go to Atlanta and they seem like, since I was a little kid with Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, the Mets and the Braves just like the kryptonite to the Mets. It's incredible. But Soto's playing better. Pete Alonso's having a good year. Lindor's a good player. I don't know if their pitching's going to hold up. I really don't. They got a couple guys calling back, but it's not like you're getting fucking Cole and Scherzer and Kershaw back. You're getting Montez and somebody else back. Clay Holmes is a starter with them. He's doing okay. I don't know how long lightning in the bottle there. I don't know what's going on, how long that could last. Phillies, obviously tough. Dodgers tough in the NL. You know, they got Padres, Giants just made a monster trade. Rafael Devers. So they got their work cut out for them, but it'll be a fun summer. Both teams. Yankees will make the playoffs. I'm not like going fucking ballistic where they're not going to make the playoffs. But again, that's another point of mine. They're just happy making the fucking playoffs.
It seems that way. Anyway, I think part of the issue with the Yankees too is like in the beginning of the season when they were not going to cover off the ball, and it was all the story about the missile bats or whatever the fuck they're called. The
torpedo bats.
Torpedo bats, and it's like, oh, this is how it's going to be all the time now. It's like, bro, stop it.
Yeah,
like, it's hard. I don't care what kind of fucking bat you have. It's hard to hit a baseball, and you're going to go through slumps, and you're going to have these kind of slides. I think the torpedo bat moment makes this period right before today's game makes it more glaring because it was like they've changed the game. They're going to score 10 runs every game. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just calm down. Everybody
calm down.
50 home runs a day. So I think that's part of it. But yeah, it is interesting. You mentioned the Dodgers. I just wanted to go back a step here.
Yeah.
The guy who owns or one of the managing owners of the Dodgers just purchased the LA Lakers for $10 billion. If you're a Lakers fan, you should be very happy about this because if there's anything that we've seen with this Dodgers ownership team and this particular guy himself, they will spend the money. They want to win. They want championships. Like, And if you're a Lakers fan, I am not, but if you're a Lakers fan, that's what you want to hear. I mean, you want to hear that they're going to do everything and anything.
Although the sports are structured differently.
100%.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, the Dodgers can spend unlimited funds because they have unlimited
and
funds.
They could backlot the money, whatever it's called, back.
Yeah, the NBA is much different. But I just think it should be. I think I would take it as a good sign. If you're a Lakers fan, I think you should be happy because you got it. You don't have an ownership. Let me put it this way then. This is not an ownership team that's coming in and says this is a money-making venture for us. This is an ownership team that says we want to win championships. This is the goal is winning championships. Period. You can't say that about everybody. I don't even know that you could say that about the Jets with the Johnsons. You certainly can't say that in Cincinnati.
Oh my God!
There's a lot of teams that you can't, go around other sports. Kansas City Royals. You can't just say we're building. Nothing matters except championships. Not true. I think what matters most at the top of the shelf with the Dodgers and now with the Lakers is winning championships, and that should make you happy. So.
And listen, hats off and claps to Jerry Buss, Dr. Jerry Buss, and the Buss family. The what he turned that into, man. Phenomenal job as a businessman. Phenomenal job. Like your kids, your great grandkids, your great. You're
taking care of forever.
Taking care of forever, man. And that's rest in peace. Well done. And
10 billion.
Fuck, I can't even spell 10 billion. Never mind.
10 billion.
I got trivia.
I would love to do some trivia.
I fucked up, so we have 4 questions today instead of 3.
Oh,
so
good. Good. Extra pain.
I figured. I feel like. I'm not gonna say anything. I feel like let's just go. We have any music? Or you're not ready for music? Don't worry about it. You're better off without music.
I got music.
He looks thrilled.
I'm in pain already. I haven't been doing very well with this.
No, maybe the month off helped you.
It's been a struggle. And the volume is correct. It's a good start.
Ready to go? All right. Peter Steve Largent is first in receiving yards with the Seattle Seahawks. Who was second? Tyler Lockett, Bobby Ingram, Brian Blades, Joey Galloway.
Lockett is the one they just released, right? Like
I believe he's a Tennessee Titan now or some shit. I think something like that.
He was there for a while. Like that's what I like. I kind of want to say Joey Galloway, but I'm trying to think of how long he was there. What are the other names?
Brian Blades and Bobby Ingram.
I'm gonna say Tyler Lockett.
You would be 1 for 1.
Hey, all right, there we go. Maybe we can make this happen today. Jeez.
By the way, Largent, 13,000 yards. Lockett, 8,500 yards.
Oh my God. Incredible.
Well done there, Bubs.
Underrated Steve Largent all time.
Steve Largent is first in touchdowns, receiving touchdowns with the Seattle Seahawks. Who is second? Tyler Lockett, Bobby Ingram, Brian Blades, Joey Galloway.
See, this one I lean a little more towards Joey Galloway. See, now I'm playing you as opposed to trying to get the right answer. So what would Scotty do? Would Scotty give me 2 questions with the same answer, Tyler Lockett? I don't know, Pete. Would he? I don't know. I just don't know if Joey Galloway played long enough. And I don't think the other guys. Joey Galloway. Tyler Lockett, right?
Tyler Lockett.
Fuck you. I knew it! I don't like you.
You do it every time.
Every goddamn time.
Steve Largent, 100 on the number, on the nose. Tyler Lockett, 61.
Good Lord.
And, dude, Largent played with, run the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust era, man.
And not exactly great quarterbacks either.
Jim Zorn, was that one of them?
Jim Zorn and...
Rick Meyer? No, maybe not. That. Yeah, before that.
Oh, my God. What am I trying to play? I used to have the guy's jersey. Shit. I'm going to have to look that one up.
Oh, my God.
It's bugging me.
Peter.
Yes, sir.
Who is the all-time leader in rushing yards with the Baltimore Ravens? Lamar Jackson, Jamal Lewis, Willis McGahee, Ray Rice.
Why do I think it's Lamar Jackson? What was the list again?
Lamar Jackson, Jamal Lewis, Willis McGahee, and Ray Rice.
I'm going to go with Jamal Lewis.
You would be correct, buddy. Good job. Good job.
All right, by the way, it was Dave Craig.
Oh, Dave Craig.
Dave Craig. And
I remember
pretty good.
Backup for a while, too, after that, right?
Yeah.
After his, yeah.
Yeah, he was actually
You had
pretty
a
good.
Dave Craig jersey?
I did, yeah.
Oh, my
you know what I think it was? I think I liked Steve Largent. Like when I would pretend to be a wide receiver in the backyard kind of thing. And so, like, who throws to him? And, you had to be Dave Craig.
By the way, Lamar Jackson, whatever how old he is, he's third.
That's just insane. He's a quarterback. That's what makes it insane.
Yeah.
I just heard something. I don't want to say it wrong, but I heard it this morning. It was like he has more rushing yards than one of the very well-known running backs in the NFL right now. Like, this guy's like a top 5, top 10
do you know the player?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I just thought it was, say like, let's just say Joe Mixon.
He's like let's say like.
It was like a known guy.
Like Josh Jacobs or some shit.
It was something like that. It was something like that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
He's a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not even that old.
Peter, last one. Bonus question.
I'm 2-1 right now, right?
You're just 2-1, Bubs.
No, of course you have to have bonus.
Well, only because I'm fucking retarded. That's who is the all-time leader in rushing touchdowns with the Baltimore Ravens?
Shit.
Lamar
All-time
Jackson.
leader touchdown runs.
Lamar Jackson, Jamal Lewis, Willis McGahee, Ray Rice.
Oh, I am so. Would you do it twice? Would you do it twice? Give me the same answer, same guy twice. Winking at me. God, I want to pull the trigger on Lamar Jackson here. He's got so many touchdown runs. Jesus. What are the options again?
Lamar Jackson, Jamal Lewis, Willis McGahee, and Ray Rice. Mr. Elevator Fighter himself.
I'm going to regret this. Jamal Lewis.
Bang!
Boom! 3-1 today. I got more right today than I got the previous 5
Dude,
months.
you know what's funny when I was doing this? And I'm like, the Ravens haven't been around that long. Because I'm like, Willis McGahee played fucking 3 years. He's 4th on yards and 5th on touchdown.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Like,
well, you know what it is too? If you look historically, they move on from running backs. They don't hold on to them. They move on. So
Ray Rice would have been a little higher if he didn't obviously
lose his mind.
Yeah, that's fair.
Knock a fucking woman out
on camera.
You can't do that shit.
Well done, idiot.
What are you watching this weekend?
I got Yankee game Friday night.
Sweet.
I have a fucking wedding Saturday. Well, I don't mean it like that, but like it's
how dare these people?
Like it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Sunday, probably a little golf, a little baseball. Maybe I gotta do some yard work. I don't know if you're getting all the rain. We're getting rains every day here almost.
It's nonstop.
I haven't been in the pool yet. I gotta do yard work. So
I know, me too.
Thank God, not a great golf tournament this weekend. Yankees are playing 11 o'clock in the morning Sunday, so I get some shit done.
Get some things done.
Get a little hungover. Probably a little hungover Sunday. And
it's a nice sport to watch.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'll be watching some of the golf and maybe get to the pool this weekend. Looks like it's going to be 80s, 90s weekend. Yeah. So, maybe it'll be an 80s, 90s music weekend, too.
Oh, baby. I love this song.
For Scott Bracey, I'm Pete Colasano. You've been listening to Bump and Run. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Later.
Oh, all right. Let's see if this fucking thing recorded. All right. I should have this out tonight.
Take me off live for a minute. I want to ask you 2 things.
Done. Yeah.